long distance was not easy.
He was like, how did the date go? And I said, I don't think she knew it was a date. So.
Wow, he's incredible.
But I was kind of like love at first sight. I saw you and just immediately fell in love.
How are you doing?
I'm feeling pretty good.
Nice.
Would you like to start?
Yeah, I will begin. So, how did we meet? Well, when did we meet?
Well, I think we met about 4 years ago, nearly 4 years ago. We're both training in New Zealand. It was a beautiful place to meet. I saw you at dinner one night, and I told all my friends, I was like, "Do you know who this girl is?" And no one knew who you were, so that was all right. And I ended up going up to you that evening, and I learned that you're Greek, and I told you I played the bouzouki.
I remember.
And you're like, what? Who is this weirdo?
It was strange to hear that you played the bouzouki, definitely. Especially while we were skiing, so that was interesting. I don't know. And then, how did you feel, I guess? Were you nervous? I was definitely nervous when you approached.
I was super nervous, absolutely, yeah. But I was kind of like love at first sight. I saw you and just immediately fell in love. And I figured I just had to listen to my heart, so yeah. I asked you out for coffee.
I know, I thought it was...
You didn't know it was a date, did
No,
you? Yeah.
I did not. I was not prepared for that. I was not looking for anything, honestly, at the time.
Yeah,
but
fair.
I was happily surprised, very happily. I think we covered all of the when, where, who, what, why. I guess why. Why did you go for it? Why then?
I couldn't tell you. Yeah, I did not know.
I guess I gave you a chance because I was... What's the word? Needed some hope, and you seemed very sweet. Like right off the bat.
Yeah.
You were very polite, and yeah. Do you want to do the next question?
Yeah.
Perhaps.
Next question. What was your first impression of me, and why did you decide to start a relationship with me?
At first, well, I didn't know it was a date, but I was very, very nervous.
Yeah.
Like incredibly nervous, as
Yeah.
you probably noticed.
Definitely.
But I guess I just became more comfortable with you, and we got on, had a lot in common.
Well, we weren't looking for anything serious because we're only in New Zealand for a month.
Yeah, I didn't really expect anything from it. Exactly.
Right. Yeah, and me neither. But we stayed in. It was really sad at the end of the trip.
Yeah, I know. I cried. I actually bawled my eyes out.
Aww.
I was not surprised. I was like hiding in the bathroom, and then I saw you again the following morning before you had your flight. And I was like, I did not expect this. I was
you
so
had a race
surprised.
that day.
I had a race that
You were
day.
competing,
I
yeah.
did awfully. It doesn't matter. And then you just kept calling me, and we kept talking. And I remember being back in England and talking to all my friends. Like, I met this most incredible boy in New Zealand. They're like, how? What? New Zealand? It's just wild.
Yeah, and then I went home and didn't really expect to carry it on, but we stayed in touch, and we did the long distance thing for how long before we decided to make it official? Like
A month.
2
It
months?
was pretty quick, honestly.
Pretty quick.
Like
We felt like something was there, right? So
yeah. I mean, I only had met you for 3 weeks, so
it was definitely a risk.
it was a big risk.
It's a big
I mean,
risk.
I flew to Alaska to visit you, and I was like, I don't know what's going to happen. This might be the worst idea ever, but it was not. It was the best. How long have we been dating, and was it love at first sight?
It was love at first sight. I know it sounds corny, but it's true. I don't know. I felt like I absolutely had to talk to you. I absolutely had to get your number and like just get to know you better. And so I did that. Yeah, I was really nervous. I was really nervous. You're pretty intimidating. I mean, you're beautiful. So
Intimidating. You're the one that knew everyone, like where we were, and I was just very shy and quiet. So
yeah,
I found you intimidating, if I'm honest.
Fair. Yeah.
But I did not. I was just very surprised you asked me out. I didn't really expect it. I just had been in a very bad place before with a previous guy who ghosted me. So I was not expecting any man's hello or attention. But I was happy you liked coffee. And you went and played the guitar actually outside this little shop. And I was just sitting there like, wow, He's incredible.
Is that when you fell in love with him?
I think that's when I fell in love with you.
The guitar?
You were sitting there playing the guitar, and I was just so surprised.
Nice. For me, it was love at first sight. For you, it took some time.
It took some time.
Yeah.
I needed a little bit of time, definitely.
Fair.
It takes time for me to like people.
I had to work on it, you know.
Yeah, it's okay. It happens.
Yeah.
But I guess we've been dating for nearly 4 years.
Nearly 4 years, yeah.
3 and a bit, something.
I think in November, August.
I don't know.
Yeah.
We don't even know what day.
That's been, the date is in contention. We're not.
We haven't, yeah.
Yeah.
What's a day? It doesn't matter.
That's all right.
But you go.
I'll ask the next question. Who asked out who? Like when and where?
You asked me out, definitely. And I think you asked me out in just the living room while we were having dinner as a team together on the camp in Wanaka.
Yeah.
And yeah, you asked me for coffee, and I thought honestly nothing of it. And then I get back after our very short and abrupt coffee date that your best friend Ben came into the coffee shop and was like, "Hey Sky," and I was like, "I'm gonna run away." I was really nervous.
He was like, "How did the date go?" And I said, "I don't think she knew it was a date." So
Yeah.
Yeah.
But if that wasn't the first date, then what was the next one? Because that to me was more of a date.
I played the open mic night at the Irish pub.
That was a lot of fun.
In Wanaka.
Yes,
That was really
it.
fun. Yeah.
That was a lot of fun. And then we went to this bar called La La Land.
La La Land.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was kind of a terrace
It was cool.
situation
Yeah.
overlooking the lake.
It was good to experience a different night scene and
Yeah.
just everyone together. I mean, I didn't expect we would even go out while we were training and enjoy life besides
risky
skiing.
racers, we can go out and enjoy our life.
I know. It was surprising that you guys did too, though. So
Yeah.
it was really fun. What was the other part?
I guess, how did you feel when I asked you out?
Excited.
Okay.
Yeah, I think after we went out for coffee, I slowly realized after talking to some people that, it was a date. And I was like, oh, well, I totally blew that. I hope I didn't ruin my shot. But
No, you didn't.
I was
Definitely
lucky.
did not.
Yeah, definitely did not.
No. How did you know you wanted to be in a relationship?
I guess I didn't, but it felt very right. But I didn't know. I just felt natural. There was nothing that really.
I mean, I knew I wanted to be in a relationship.
I guess I didn't want you to be with anyone else, so it was just the common thing to come up with.
Right. Yeah. And we're like, we're just so compatible, like talking wise, and it's just easy to be around you. And before it wasn't as easy as it was with you with other people. So.
That's true.
I knew that you were something special. Yeah.
I guess, before I never was honest or really open about what I wanted with other people. But, I mean, this is probably my first actual serious relationship, I must say, so not much to compare to. And
I'd agree.
Yeah,
Same
with you.
Yeah, same for me.
Just worked out. We knew what we wanted.
Yeah.
What is your most memorable moment from the time you've spent together? God, so many road trips.
So many road trips.
So many road trips.
We drove down from Alaska 2 summers ago.
Yeah, I helped you move from Alaska to Colorado University.
Yeah, I transferred and
you had so many injuries. Healthcare in Alaska was awful.
Yeah.
You needed some PT of any sort.
I needed a good physical therapist.
And then your mum had decided to move back in with you, which was even worse.
Oh, that was so stressful.
So
I had to leave naturally. But we drove down the Alcan Highway. And
4 days of torrential rain.
Yeah, nearly a week of torrential rain.
And during COVID too, so we couldn't even camp through the Yukon. It was like, no camping, Given 24 hours to go. No, 24.
24 hours to get out of the Yukon, and it takes 2 days to
drive
through the Yukon.
It's kind of impossible.
Yeah.
And then I get to the border control at Washington.
Oh yeah.
And they're like, Lucinda, you can't enter. It's called the dean of my school.
Yeah, the dean of the school came. And he had to call into the border patrol. I mean, I really liked when you came to Alaska for the first time. That was like a dream come true for me.
I know.
To show you my childhood. And
I feel the same with you coming to the UK and Greece actually as well. It It was fun to meet your family and like where you grew up and see everything.
Made me wish I met you earlier.
I know. I was like, we could have been such good friends growing up. It would have been really fun.
Right.
Yeah. But I think for me it was when you came for Christmas, immediately after we started dating. Yeah. And then we just went around London. It was really short, but
I met the family.
Yeah, you met my parents. They
So
loved
nervous.
you. Yeah, my dad called you short.
The first interaction with your dad, I walked in the door and he was like, "Oh, you Sky?" And I'm like, "No, I'm Jake, some random guy your daughter brought." and he's like, "You're a lot shorter than I remember you, or than I thought you'd be."
Yeah.
Yeah, that's pretty funny.
He's that kind of man.
Yeah. So that's the next question. Okay. What was the biggest lesson you learned from dating?
Wow, definitely to speak my mind, because you have a very strong opinion, and
I just don't have a filter, really.
yeah, you don't have a filter, definitely.
And I think you're like the opposite, where you're always...
I like to follow along, and you always have really good ideas, so it's hard to say no, but there's times I've learned that definitely I need to stand my ground for what I want to do, but definitely just communicating how I feel and anything that annoys me, really, I just need to tell you so we can work on it, or just not get stuck in some little rut.
Yeah, I'd say like it's really easy to be passive and try to like avoid conflict.
Conflict, yeah.
Yeah, but it shouldn't be avoided if you're worried about hurting someone's feelings temporarily. For
It
the
doesn't
next
matter.
Hour or 30 minutes, like that one point of contention could like snowball into something much bigger that'll turn into a bigger fight later.
Yeah, it's so unnecessary.
So
just get it over and
speak
done
how
with.
you feel. Yeah.
I feel the same. All right, the next one. What is your favorite thing to do? Any fun memories?
Well, I love riding motorcycles with you. That's probably one of the best activities ever.
Yeah, that has been fun.
Yeah, skiing, of course, backcountry skiing.
Yeah, I love backcountry skiing with you, definitely. I do like road biking with you, but sometimes you do like to whine.
Yeah. Well,
it's not easy. But
it's not easy.
It's not easy.
Yeah, it's good rehab though.
I also like to go try a bunch of coffee shops with you and be a coffee snob for
Always
some reason.
in search of the best coffee.
Or the best like cinnamon rolls too.
The best sticky buns.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Food helps people bond. It's really funny.
Yeah, absolutely. Seeing music.
Oh, music.
I love seeing
music,
live music with you.
Live music is always fun. But I also just like meeting people you know and just understanding your childhood better. And I like you meeting my old friends as well and new people and just experiencing new things, just whatever comes to be.
Yeah. So could you guys expand more upon your long distance relationship?
At first, we had nearly 10-hour time difference, was it?
Yeah, I think it was like 9-hour time
9-hour
difference
time
between us. Well, I was going back from the UK to France, and then you were like between Alaska and Colorado.
Right, yeah. It's about as long distance as you can get.
Yeah, it was pretty far. Like some nights I would stay up till 2 a.m. to call you in your morning after you were free, just to be like, hi, it's been a while.
Yeah.
What's going on with you?
Depending on where I was, I'd stay up till just as
okay.
late, yeah. We did long distance for like, what, 5 months?
Yeah, we did it for like a month, and then we had like a 3-month, 2 months. I think the longest we did it was 3 or 4 months without seeing each other.
It's not bad. Yeah.
No, it was. We tried to visit each other quite
That's right.
frequently.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
Definitely blew the budget, but
Yeah, it wasn't cheap.
it was worth it.
It wasn't worth it.
And then I think the thing was you got severely injured from your last race in Aspen.
Yeah, I had to get a pretty rough surgery, and then I went back to Alaska. We did long distance again. You started school in Colorado.
Well, no, I came and visited you after your friend Alan came, and you were on crutches in that little tiny house in Denver.
Right.
And then I got to kind of experience everything here before moving. You helped me buy a car, which was traumatizing.
Chaos.
Yes. And it was nice. We worked well, like apart and together. So.
And then we first moved in together about 2 years after dating. We moved in and COVID kind of just skyrocketed out of control.
Yeah, everyone just disappeared.
It was beautiful. We had a tiny little studio and At the time we were living in Steamboat, Colorado, which is just gorgeous. So like no complaints at all.
I started getting into like different outdoor sports, and you were finally like getting better from another surgery.
Yeah, lots of physical therapy.
There were some tough times though, because it was such a small space, especially.
Yeah, it was pretty much one room.
Yeah, it was one tiny room, but we had another couple next door.
Oh, we had another couple. I think it's important to have like some friends that are also like
Going through the same
thing.
Yeah, because they were just in the same studio apartment, but
Yeah.
a couple doors down.
Right.
And we would go over and hang out in the evenings. And I mean, it was COVID, but it was just us. Like no one else was there. And
Right. Yeah.
I think that helped have some breaks or socialization, because that was the hardest part.
Totally. Yeah.
I definitely did a lot of painting. You did a lot of music, although there were some difficult moments and long walks in between.
Yeah, for sure.
How did you guys feel transitioning from a long-distance relationship into living together?
It felt really natural for me.
It was the best part. It was like everything I wanted. I was like,
I was
yes, come to Steamboat. I will help you with everything. Let's do it. I'm so done with any other
And you
place.
really had it tough too, because I was functioning. I wasn't on crutches, but you drove me from Steamboat to get surgery, and you drove back from surgery, and you basically took care of me for
I was
like 3 weeks.
a long time. You came back from surgery.
So
You just
bad
passed
about
out on the couch, and I was like, all right, I'll be back. And that was funny.
So I
but
guess you had it pretty tough.
also, as you moved, your car, the Kia, blew up. Remember? And I had to come pick you up from Denver.
Oh gosh, right. I had
It just exploded.
Kia
Sorrento,
right, and it was parked in storage for a while. And as I was driving from my uncle's place in Denver to Steamboat to move in, the car caught on fire, and I had to call Dilly to drive 5 hours down.
I had a race 2 days later, but it was funny. I was like, what? Are you joking? No.
Do you guys have any advice for people in long-distance relationships?
Long distance was not easy.
Long distance is just never going to be fun. It's never going to feel...
You're not going to be satisfied.
You're never going to be satisfied.
So make it so you can
have
be.
to have... I think the biggest advice I could give to someone is make sure that you have a plan. Make sure that you have a date that you have nailed down, where you're going to meet.
Just keep planning to meet up. That's it. It makes it easier.
Don't just talk about it. Do it. Like,
but do
book
it.
The flights,
Yeah.
Even if it's 4 months away.
Yeah.
Just knowing that you're going to meet them. It
It's
gives you hope.
better than nothing, because otherwise you'll just feel like, where is this going? There's no future. There's nothing to look forward to.
Yeah.
It's just stagnant, and you can't grow with that in your mind. So plan.
You've given a lot of great advice, but is there anything overall in relationships and dating that you'd like to give to other couples?
Guess you won't know until you try.
Yeah, you won't know.
Oh no. I mean, I didn't think anyone, when I first met you, I didn't think anything would happen. I didn't think a girl from England would be interested in a guy from Alaska.
No, I thought you lived in an igloo.
Yeah, exactly.
I was very ignorant.
Right. So how many stories does your igloo have?
Yeah. What, is it cold?
Right.
Keep an open mind, because you can be surprised by what happens, definitely.
We tried, like we weren't afraid to try.
Yeah.
And
You got to be ready for that door to open and just take a leap for something different, because you might honestly be better off.